Unmarried mom discovers her foster baby is sincerely the organic sister of her adopted son. After her marriage resulted in her early 30s, Katie Charge decided to start a new chapter. She moved into a brand new home in Colorado, modified her profession path, and determined to foster a toddler. She struggled with fertility problems but changed into always interested in adopting. In 2016, a caseworker informed Katie about a 4-day-old nameless boy who turned into dropped off at the nearby health facility. After fostering child Grayson for nearly 12 months, the court terminated his delivery dad and mom rights. Katie legally followed Grayson on his 11-month birthday. Katie virtually loved being a mom and deliberate to wait any other couple years to carry every other toddler into her domestic. But no longer even 1 month after adopting Grayson, some other caseworker called her approximately a dire scenario. A new child baby girl were dropped off on the Equal Hospital and become in need of immediately placement. I realize over the following 10 minutes and subsequent cell phone calls I made that afternoon, the phrase "I realize I'm crazy, however God is telling me to say yes" saved coming out of my mouth. Hours later, Hannah was dropped off at Katie's house and had observed a for-all-time home together with her and Grayson. But when Katie took a better look at Hannah's tiny sanatorium bracelet, she made a in reality stunning realization. This is Katie Charge of Parker, Colorado, and those are her stunning youngsters. However, only a few years in the past, Katie became newly divorced, absolutely on her personal and searching to discover her cause. After her marriage resulted in her 30s, Katie decided to begin sparkling. First, she bought a new domestic to settle into and he or she also made a career shift. Then someday, she acquired a curious electronic mail from her pastor. He suggested she is probably inquisitive about fostering an infant, particularly due to the fact she'd had fertility problems inside the past but always was hoping to adopt. Katie changed into intrigued, but took things slowly. She started with the aid of attending meetings approximately the foster care system and gaining knowledge of as a great deal as she may want to about the procedure. It became through one of the foster care conferences that Katie realized she indeed felt the calling to foster. After correctly fostering 4 children at numerous times, Katie became geared up to adopt and raise an infant of her personal. In 2016, a caseworker informed Katie about a 4-day-old anonymous boy who became mysteriously dropped off on the medical institution. For the following year, Katie fostered the boy she named Grayson at the same time as social workers endured trying to monitoring down his organic parents. However, nobody ever claimed him. She admittedly felt some remedy, due to the fact by means of this factor she had fallen madly in love with Grayson. The courtroom terminated his start mother and father rights, allowing Katie to legally undertake Grayson on his 11-month-old birthday. Now, not even 2 weeks later, Katie's existence took another monumental flip. Some other caseworker called Katie about a dire state of affairs. A new child baby girl had been dropped off at the Equal Sanatorium and was in want of instant placement. Katie felt terrified and crushed, yet her gut advised her to open her heart to the possibility of taking in this lovely woman. I recognize over the next 10 minutes and subsequent smartphone calls I made that afternoon, the word "I understand I'm crazy, however God is telling me to say yes" saved popping out of my mouth. Hours later, Hannah turned into dropped off at Katie's house and had observed a home with her and Grayson. Then Katie observed the name on Hannah's baby bracelet. Her birth mother's first call was the identical call Grayson's delivery mom had given to the sanatorium. Whilst looking over Hannah's discharge papers, she found out the start mom also shared the same delivery date as Grayson's delivery mom. Turned into it only a strange accident? Even though Grayson and Hannah don't appearance whatever alike, Katie had a sneaking suspicion that her newly followed youngsters had been by hook or by crook associated. Grayson is half of African American with beautiful darker pores and skin and dark curly hair, Katie wrote on her weblog. Child lady has a light white skin tone with straight purple blonde hair. Katie have become so decided to analyze the truth that she tracked down Hannah's start mother. The second one they met, Katie instantly knew she became searching at her son's birth mom, too. Lo and behold, the woman advised Katie she brought a boy before handing over Hannah. A DNA check confirmed that Grayson and Hannah are organic half of siblings. What if infant woman had long passed to some other circle of relatives? Katie asked in her weblog post. We would have in no way discovered her or Grayson's mom. The connection might have in no way been made. I could not agree with the miracle that had simply occurred. Katie formally adopted Hannah in December 2018. That day I stated sure to taking the infant girl. I felt the strangest feeling ever. I don't assume I had genuinely until that second felt a certain calling from God, or whatever higher spirit you in my opinion would possibly trust in. My brain become telling me to mention no because it made no experience and was not in my plans, but something inner kept saying you have to say sure. It's miles a sheer miracle, as soon as in an entire life chance, name it what you will, but it's miles remarkable that my children discovered every other. Katie is now hoping to adopt any other baby Grayson and Hannah's 5-month antique sibling. Katie is hoping and praying she'll be able to officially upload their little brother Jackson to the family this year. I'm continuously taking leaps of faith and building my wings on the way down, Katie says. I am sharing my passions and loves along this crazy adventure that God has blessed me with.